Right.
Yes, your light is good. All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, uh, and even what state of frame of mind you're in. Welcome to RJ's Lives, where where who knows what's going to happen. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, sharp and pointy, and pointed and poignant, and all the above. Welcome, guys. We have John from Thrifty Kniffy. Tom from Knife Delights is back this week. We have Steven from Patty's Potato Peelers, and we have Matt from Slip Joint Sawyer. Wow, Matt, you're enthusiastic this morning. It's nice to see that you're all fired up for the show.
I'm fired. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Well, we have a fantastic bunch of people here in our talk box. We got Randy's WSG is here, Jersey Knife Guy, Baxter's Blades, Sean, Mike Curtis, Kirby Creek is here. Joe from Messer HQ is here. Joe, we got to see about getting you back on here in the future. It'd be nice to get an update. I don't know how your schedule looks like. You got Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. All kinds of people are here. Fantastic. So, guys, how are you all doing today?
Great. All the better for seeing
you. We got that done. What all have we been doing with knives and knife related things this week? I've been working like a dog myself, so I haven't had as much time. Okay, Joe. Yeah, I'll send you an email or something. We'll figure out something.
Yeah, I've been working loads this week as well, but I do know that Randy's just been cutting his finger off for the sake of it.
Well, I think break in the week.
Yeah, I think for those of you who don't know, Randy got some knives from Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery, and he was cleaning one up, and it decided to bite him, and it was pretty gruesome. But I'm glad
scratch.
I'm glad that he's
okay. Got a flesh wound.
I told him he needs to tell Scab that once you get cut like that, that knife has claimed you and it's yours. I don't know if he wants Randy's DNA, but anyways.
Oh, John, we've lost the John. His internet is blank at the moment. He'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. So yes, Baxter's Blade says those rose crafts are sharp, and that's exactly what bit him. Was one of those. So yeah, that is for sure.
I'm glad John left on his own. I didn't want to embarrass him by saying he needed to go back to hair and makeup again.
Oh, it's nice to have you back.
Exactly. We missed you, Tom. We did.
And I missed everybody.
Yeah.
I have missed everybody.
Tom's been busy at work. He's doing some training with his new job and stuff. So he's not always been able to be here on Sunday, but it sure is glad to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I truly miss when I can't make it on the show. I truly miss it. So.
And what I want to know is when you were at your company training and stuff, did they in fact provide any snack cakes for you, or did they just say tough it out?
No snack cakes, but we did have fresh baked cookies.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, it does sound a little bit. That's not good enough, is it really?
It's not the same. No.
It's not the same. That's right.
It's not the same. In fact, I don't even know if you guys over there, do they sell any Little Debbie cakes and stuff over? Oh, yeah.
But we have better versions of it.
Yeah, that's probably good that you guys don't get that because your
chemicals
diabetes would be through the roof like it is here. Yeah,
we have Mr. Kipling's. Mr. Kipling bakes cakes for all occasions. Other cakes are provided by other sources.
Yeah, other cakes are available.
No.
All right. Well, Tom, did you want to go first? Tom said, "Let's."
Oh, I'll bypass. I'm doing some moderator duties here.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you Let the rest of you go ahead and start.
Okay. Well, real quick, we have a chocolate comment. Don C says that UK chocolate is so good, and they have a UK shop there where he's at, and he's there weekly. So
Correct.
I have heard that UK chocolate is better than American chocolate, but I think that's because you guys get to use real milk. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
don't.
your chocolate tastes like paper.
After experience on both sides of the water, I have to say it does slightly favor we are very good sweet chocolate, and the milk makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does. That's for sure. All right. Well, like I said, Tom wanted to talk about multi-tools, and would anybody like to go first, or shall I go, or what shall we do?
Yes, you go first. That'll be nice. You lead us in the hymn.
Okay, I'll lead you. Follow along. We're on page 72.
Please don't sing. Please don't sing. Please don't sing.
Oh, Slippy, you know that if you had the dulcet tones of RJ's Knives singing to you, you wouldn't even know what to do.
Is it in the key of Strangled Cat?
Oh, that is just not nice. I'll show you the first multi-tool that I actually purchased was this little Gerber back in the 90s, and I thought it was really neat because it had the sliding plier head, and so that was kind of cool. But this is definitely showing its age as far as the newer designs are a little bit better. And this one, if you do slip with these pliers, it will pinch you. I know. But it came with some neat stuff. You got a nice little 4-way file, so that wasn't too bad. And then it has the little small Phillips, and then it has a saw blade. And then, of course, on this side, you have your regular plain blade. And then you also have a flat blade and a can opener with a little small flat there, too. And it has this little lanyard piece that what I found is if you bring this lanyard up like this, then when you slip off, you still pinch yourself, but it's not as bad. So that was something that I learned through experience. But this was my first multi-tool. Was this little Gerber? So we'll exit there, and who would like to go next?
Be right back, guys.
Well, everybody talks about their Leathermans, but I'm going to talk about a Gerber. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of multi-tools. I have a few. I have 2 Leathermans, and this Gerber are my nice ones, I guess you would say, or a little more higher quality. And a friend of mine gave me this, 5 or 6 years ago. And I have had it with me. I don't typically carry one on my belt, but I've had it handy nearby, and it has come in pretty handy. And what model is this? Does it give a model? It's the Gerber suspension is what this one is. So, it's a decent multi-tool. Like I said, I've used it. What we got here? Got the saw blade. Got the Phillips screwdriver, straight screwdriver. And got some other things over here. This weird little thing here. I guess that's a cap lifter, maybe.
I
don't know what the other things
a
are.
multi-tool on a multi-tool?
I guess. That's kind of a weird one. You can kind of access the knife blade here. Oh, no, that's the saw. Sorry, another saw. Or a serrated knife blade. So, yeah, it's got some cool little things going for it here. I probably, one of those things I probably wouldn't have bought it if I saw it, but hey, when a friend gives it to you, you use it. So,
That's right.
So I got a couple more, but I'll just pass the baton on around to someone else.
Okay.
Who's it? Slippy, you going, boy?
I have one, so do you want to go before me?
Well, yeah. Well, I suppose that we'll talk that. I have a couple of Leathermans I'll talk about, but it's just funny. You said you have one, and these are multi-tools.
Okay, I have one that isn't a sack.
Yeah. These are some of this is one of the best multi-tools I've ever had. Now, today I was using my Leatherman, and it's a completely different animal. And it's more for what I got with it than the multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Wave. And I'm not going to go into taking it all apart because I would say most people on YouTube have had a Leatherman Wave before. It has a bit of everything. It's a super tool. It's just cracking. The pliers are there, but they're more needle nose pliers, not for heavy duty, but they've got a blade. They've got all the things you need. But the nicest thing that they have is for me, is the screwdriver. They have a Phillips inline as such screwdriver, and you can change it. They're double-ended. And I actually bought the whole set of the, you can buy, there's 2 sets, 2 rows like that, of all different blade steels, all different screw heads, whatever you can think of, they'll be in there. It's got 2 full packs of these. And the best thing that I ever bought, because I was using it today, I was putting together a freestanding, TV stand that has a TV and then your internet down below it and all. So took all afternoon, I'll have to say. But this is the best tool that I think they've ever brought out. This is just, instead of having your little screw bit in there, you can put this in here and it becomes a ratchet screwdriver. So the nice thing is it doesn't matter what shape your multi-tool is, you can just turn it without having to, go round and round, and that's quite uncomfortable. This is a game changer completely. And I can then let me just show you. I have, like most men, I'm sure, I have a toolbox full of these things. They're not the best in the world, but I've got a lot of them. And
they work.
and they work, so they just maybe don't last as long. But this is the 1/4-inch bits rather than the small. These are little flat 2D ones.
The 2-dimensional
3D,
ones.
so I can use these instead of my good Leatherman ones if I'm at home. But to take out with you, I feel as if I have a little light on the side of them. And again, just this little article it saved it. I didn't have to go near my toolbox today because I was genuinely covered for all things today, which was, I just think I feel justified in buying something when I use it like I did today.
Right.
I feel justified because it lets you know that there's so many things on these. Just use them. Just use them.
That's right.
It's not much point buying this and then not using it. Because if you're outside and you go to use it, you're not comfortable with what's in it. Or not that you're not comfortable. You're not sure what's in it. But today I used quite a few of them tools, putting that all together. So, I'll just put it away without screwing. Yes. So that's my favorite, the Leatherman Wave with its accessories. Just super.
Yeah, the accessories really let it, be a much bigger tool, if you will, than it is.
Very much so.
It so expands the uses and stuff. I agree with you 100%. I was going to show.
Yes, it might cost a few quid. I think the Leatherman Wave over here in the UK is about £100, somewhere about that. And then it's about another, I can't remember, would it be £30 for all the bits, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
I didn't mind paying for it. And I know that's a lot of money. And then I had to buy the ratchet screwdriver. But by gosh, if you're especially like the likes of you, RJ, where you're using screwdrivers all day long, having a ratchet with a cumbersome handle makes it so much more comfortable to use. And it was always the thing with Leathermans, when you used a screwdriver, you had to turn it, and it's awkward.
Right.
In a pinch, it's great to use if you're just going to take one screw out. But like today, I must have had 80 screws, and I'd have been raw on the inside. So, super, super tool. Well
You
worth
got
the
it.
money.
You got a weird market system over there if you're buying stuff with squid. I don't know. By
Ireland's
the way,
still in the
RJ, I win the bet. I took it. I said it would be Patty that was first trying to pass off Victorinox as a multi-tool. I win. Pay up, buddy.
Well, you know what? I agree. I agree with Patty that that is a multi-tool. And
Yeah.
it's funny that when Tim Leatherman, as the story goes, you know, he was on a trip through Europe. I think it was his honeymoon or whatever, and he had a Swiss Army knife with him, but he was having to, you know, fix the rental car he had and work on some other stuff that was around, you know, things that just were little small emergencies. And he found the SAC didn't give him all the stuff that he had, and he went and designed the Leatherman tool, the first one. And then I think what's funny is then he shopped it to all the major knife companies that were around. He you know, brought it to him and said, "Hey, I designed this. Let's make it. Let's do this." All of them said, "Yeah, sorry, not interested." And so he started his own company, and the rest is history. You know, so
Now, the difference is a Victorinox is a knife with tools, and that's how they market it. It's a Swiss Army knife. However, Leatherman and Gerber and those are tools that happens to have a knife blade with them.
Yeah, I think they're either plier or scissor tools that have X's.
That have a blade. So
Yeah.
it's all, you know, tomato, right? Or aluminum and aluminium.
Aluminium. Aluminium. Gee, we left too early. You haven't been taught anything. We're coming back.
No, I'm fine.
That part of the King's English.
Check your sandy shores. You see a big green ship coming, it's Paddy and the boys.
Okay. Oh, and real quick, RJ, we have got a lot of channels that have entered the chat. I've tried to put up channel links for everybody. If I've missed somebody, please let me know. I'll get your channel link up there. And I drove John away, I guess.
yeah. Well, John said he's having internet issues, so he's got problems. Maybe they're having a storm down there in Texas.
It doesn't have face enhancement on his new system.
Mhm.
God.
Well, one of the things I was going to talk about, though, was kind of the history or the beginnings of the multi-tools also, you know, and this is not one of the earliest multi-tools, but definitely an early design, you know, is the electrician's knife or the TL 29 with one blade and then the screwdriver scraping blade. And of course, these came out around, you know, 1915 or so. But one that is a modern version of that is this Milwaukee Fastback, you know, because it also has the locking screwdriver, and this will accept your 1/4-inch bits, and then it has the razor knife that then you can, you know, use it for whatever and just replace these as you need, you know. But this one, of course, you can use this part as a cap lifter, and you know, it's got a couple other little things. But the 1505 Fastback, this I think is really the modern equivalent of this. You know, fight me, I guess. But
I definitely need to get one of them Milwaukees. That's a really handy little knife to have, just sitting in a kitchen drawer.
It really
Really
is.
handy.
It really is.
Let me go back to I suppose the original multi-tools was the old sailors' knives that they used to cut the rope on the ships, the baton, the rope with a big knife, and then they had a marlin spike for doing the tie of the knots. And if you've ever seen a sailor making something with a thick girth of a rope with lots of strands, you need that marlin spike to get it with the way they tie it so intricately.
Right.
I mean, I used to sit and watch the boys down the sailors' mess, and they just could do wonders. They used to make a fortune selling them to bars that had a bell, and they would sell them, you know, a really ornate piece of rope work in white rope, and it looked stunning. But it could take them days.
I like those monkey fists. They could
Yeah,
really
monkey
make some
fist
monkey
is-
fists, couldn't they?
Yeah, and that was a weapon as well.
Yes, it was.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
And I suppose, you talk about multi-tools. Even when you go back to the cavemen, they would have had chipped a bit of flint off to cut with, but they'd also have used sticks and put points on them. They'd put pokes, to hang things. Multi-tool started very basic, like every other tool, and it's just a
Absolutely.
progression. As man got a wee bit cleverer, this
Right.
is easier to do than use my hands.
Yes, and that's happened right from the beginning, like you said.
Yeah.
And that's why I even consider a 3-blade Stockman knife as a multi-tool. I mean, each blade has a purpose,
Yeah.
and you can certainly say that this would be a multi-tool or one of the original multi-tools. Any multi-bladed knife, because each blade would have its own purpose. And Jerome says cavemen already had a spike on their clubs. Are you doing an ad, John?
I'm just experimenting here. It didn't work out, so
Oh,
gonna get rid of
okay. Because if you need, I'll bring you up full screen. You can have your shameless plug. That's fine.
I'm good.
Who needs a shameless plug?
No,
Everybody needs a shameless plug.
Like, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Hit it like you mean it.
We've got 33 people watching, and we only have 17 likes. If I
Wow.
could hit it 5 times, I would. But hit that like button, everybody.
Yes, for sure. Because the algorithm likes that.
And I get paid based on how many likes. So please, would you please?
Yeah, it's true.
I get double pay if we have a good percentage of likes. So 2 times 0, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Adapt-
David Neal's talking about how he used a Swiss Army knife spike to take the gas parts of a C9 light machine gun. I'm guessing a part for maintenance and all that stuff.
You see, that's a really good point. A multi-tool is only as good as the uses you find for it, because you don't just have what's on here, you have what you adapt it to be,
Right.
which is a really good point. You find ways of making things work that were not made for that job, but if you need them, this is a great way to start.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you just never know when you might need something. And of course, I think that's the whole thing, is that a multi-tool augments your own brain, because there's nothing, it's just, you're just limited by your imagination as to what you can use them for. And yeah, you can use the wrong tool for the job to get it done.
Exactly, yeah. But it's better than beating your knife up or any of the tools that you really want to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for
Your
sure.
buck 110 doesn't have to be a hammer. Is that what you're saying?
But it
Right,
helps.
but linesman pliers do.
I've got a
That's a-
multi-tool for you
Okay.
that was meant to be shown to Patty last week, but he ducked out just before I was about to show it.
A Stanley.
You know what they say about Stanley, don't you, Patty?
Nope.
Stanley helps you do things right.
That's what I would have used when I was a Sparky.
No, but the first multi-tool that I had was a piece of junk from Walmart. But it's good to have friends. You know why?
Why?
Because now I can toss that out and get hold of a Leatherman Rev
There you go.
directly from my buddy RJ.
Yes, sir. Well, I couldn't let you suffer with that Walmart special.
That thing was horrible.
I think that Walmart special is the multi-tool equivalent of the Black Plague.
It was bad. But I've since learned that there's quite a few people that don't like the Rev, but I like it. It's all right.
I think it's
They,
it's a decent tool.
They complain about the blade, RJ, that they can't open it one-handed because
Oh, give over.
yeah, right. Like
Go get a life.
Yeah,
right.
the
See how
one-handed-
there's the little opening here? I guess is not as easy to get to as some of the other
Yeah.
Leatherman.
Can't do a backward
But,
flip while opening it.
well,
Yeah.
If you want the one that opens one-handed, then it's the Leatherman Free. You can open the whole tool kind of like a butterfly
Yeah.
knife.
I
You
got
still
you.
have to use two hands to do all the other stuff, but you can open it up one-handed. I think you can open.
You know what I say to complainers and Chinese haters? Stick it in your ear.
There's only
Pointy
one
end
person that
first.
can complain about the Chinese people. I think we all know who that is.
Oh well, we can talk to Phil later if that's who you're talking
I
about.
was gonna say it's none of us here. So
Phil may not make an appearance today. He's still working on his ability to stay in character without cracking up. But there's that one, and then you got me that one too. Look at
I
this.
did. I wanted to give you a variety because you
Now,
said
this one, I think
you were kind of multi-tool poor.
I was. It's got those great scissors on this one though. I like
It
that.
does. That one has really good scissors.
Those are kind of like Vanger scissors almost, I think. A lot
Yeah,
like
same
that.
kind of spring.
They're similar, yeah.
Yeah. So that's another great little tool. And this one's from what? Sui Pro? How do you pronounce that, RJ?
Yeah, I think that's Sui Pro or Sui Pro or whatever.
Sui Pro.
I don't
It's
know.
Chinese.
It is.
Phil hates it.
God dang Chinese.
So thanks again, RJ. That was really cool of you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's
I'm glad you're enjoying those tools because they're really good.
And then if you want, to pull a Steven, you can just. This one here is
Pulling
pretty.
a Steven. That's a thing.
It is now.
Stephen, we've watched your woodland trip with Judd, and I must have told John about 50 different times you made dodgy comments.
Yeah, he did. I think you were doing it on purpose, as many as you dropped
Heavens
in there.
no.
Yeah,
Not
wood
my
this and
personality.
wood that, and
Oh, pass me that
When I-
wood, Judd. Let me touch your wood, Judd. All that stuff.
Yeah.
all just.
When I bought the
filth
Vaseline, he went white.
Yeah, that was the best bit.
He went seriously white and kept to the other side of the camp.
Oh, I was worried for him so badly. But yeah, this one's the mechanic, and I just picked this one up. I'm really liking the pliers.
Yeah.
So
Do you like
Yeah.
those pliers? I don't have a Swiss Army knife that has the pliers.
I haven't used them a lot yet, but they look like they're pretty substantial. They could
They're
grab
good. They've got
hold of
nice chunky teeth in there. They can grip a lot of stuff.
Yeah, get some
Yeah.
nice little teeth
I
in
got to
there.
tell you something that I used mine for. And,
Oh,
and
no.
It's just,
Was it pulling
no,
Judd?
it's a genuine. See, when you go camping, being as these are, you can get the camping variety, but they're great for lifting pots off the stove or whatever you're
yeah.
cooking on. If you got a bail handle, it's great. Them pliers, lift it, take it away. Absolutely lovely.
I
Great
thought
thing to have.
that's what you
That
use
was
your parcel hook
Parcel
for.
hook for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can, yeah.
I guess it depends on how thick the handle is.
Right. Yeah.
It may be
If
more
the
than
diameter of your handle is thick, Patty,
Or how thick the person is who's holding the handle.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's see. When Patty yelled at Judd when he had the knife close to his knee, I also yelled at my laptop away from the knee.
All I could just see was having to kiss him, the kiss of life.
oh no,
Yeah, that wasn't happening, was it?
a CPR video by Patty.
I brought an air pump.
That was one of those. Sorry, you're gonna die, buddy.
Suck the poison out. Suck the poison out. Ah.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't
Better to
fancy
pee
that,
on
I'm
it.
afraid.
Just let me pee on it. It'll make it better.
Well, fortunately, they don't have any poisonous snakes there in Ireland. So
That's if you believe in St. Patrick.
I got to believe in something.
Leprechauns, that's the chaps.
Yeah.
Speaking of
he's
we,
here.
Jed, he's
He's
turned
here
up.
to defend himself.
Just let me down.
Oh, Judd, we need
And
you to come on to defend yourself because you're.
Anybody out there who's watching who wants a laugh, and I mean, this is not a serious video, nothing to do with knives. Me and Judd done a wee, me and Judd Go Wild. It was 2 videos ago on my channel. If you want a bit of a giggle, go see that. We went bush camping, bushcrafting.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was a real Mickey take on the both of us.
It was that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that video. I have to tell you. So Don C says that they have adders in Ireland. Do they have adders in Ireland, Patty?
In England.
In England, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they're in Ireland, but hey, who knows?
Adders are the devil's creature. They're not coming over here.
There you go.
Well, they're right up my street then.
It's quite
Looks like
possible.
up your trouser leg with your face.
Oh boy. Judd says we have to go easy on him.
Yeah,
Hey, JB.
he was pummeled pretty good.
So the next time we're going camping, we're going to do man cuddling when it's appropriate, when it's not, and we'll show you how to do it.
How long's the video? It's either a really long video or a 1 second video. There's not going to be an in
Depends
between.
how
Is
long I
there?
can hold the wee bugger for.
I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, Patty. But
Oh, it is in the code. If there's a draft, you have to cuddle a man. It's in the sailor's hymn book.
I want to see the
Is that
one
what
where
they
you
call
guys do a survival video and
Yeah,
I'm
start
afraid
naked
start
and cuddle.
answer
I'm
the
afraid
question
that
of.
you're. Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you get to the point of having to ask the question, when is it okay to be a cannibal?
Well, there's only one of us can eat the other.
Oh boy, I was going to say I'm afraid that his sailor's hymn book, the word hymn is spelled HIM.
Oh, very good, RJ. Very good.
Oh, no.
Ugh. Oh, the book you don't want to have. That's for sure.
Yeah, Irish remake of Brokeback Mountain. We back Mountain.
Oh boy. Yeah, and Jerome says that the guy with the sharpest knife is the cannibal.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not going camping with any of you guys.
It opens a whole new meaning of friends.
Uh-oh. We're getting put on the spot.
Uh-oh.
Terry's
happened?
Knives and Man Stuff says, what, no knives today?
Oh
No.
yeah, we got all kinds of knives.
We better get busy.
Okay, who's next? Who has a knife to share?
You want a knife or a multi-tool? I can go
You
to
can
knife.
do anything you want to.
Just
Do
what's
you
handy
want to
right-
see? Do you want to see a new Boker I picked up?
Yes. Save the show.
Let's take a look at that, Matt. Go
Sure.
right ahead.
So this is a Boker Soldier made in Germany. It's in black burlap micarta.
That's
I've recently,
lovely.
I think I got this, picked it up yesterday. It's a single-bladed sort of Stockman frame. So we all know that's just really a jackknife, but they're calling it a single-bladed Stockman.
I was
01
confused
tools on
by
the blade.
that. I have to tell you, I was confused by that. A single-bladed Stockman. That just seemed
Yeah.
like that is
I
really reaching.
think the reason for it is if you look at the handle, I mean, we can work out that's a Stockman handle, right? We're in agreement that's a Stockman handle.
Nearly.
Do you think?
Yeah,
It has
could
the
be.
serpentine stuff. I get
Yeah.
it, but it's a jackknife. But they called it a Stockman.
Yeah.
I
Does
think
that
it's
make
Slim
sense?
Trapper.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's still got a slim trapper like sort of feel about it as well. On
Yeah,
their
'cause
site,
it's
it said it was a single-bladed Stockman. So that's kind of what I went with. But I do agree that it's not a Stockman.
Right.
It's a beautiful knife, though.
It is a great knife. I like it a lot. I think it
Like
is very nice.
it's really well made. Like the fit and finish
Yeah.
is exceptional on it. The stone washing on the blade as well is fantastic. I like how it's
Yeah.
quite light in places. It's not all just dark all over. And
Right.
the 01 tool steel is, well, it's hair popping sharp. It's ridiculously sharp.
Yes. It's like my club knife that I got. The
Yeah,
Boker club.
nice
it's just
action on it.
Yeah. Those are
If
just
you're in the UK,
great.
if you go to Heine Haynes, they're only 55, and I think that's an
wow.
absolute bargain.
Yeah, it is.
Really is.
So yeah, if you're in the UK or if you want to pay for it in euros, if you're in Europe, whatever, go and buy one.
Okay, so Knives Fast has a great question. He says, so is the shape of the pattern or the number of blades the pattern? Because he's seen a single bladed trapper before as well. And so that's a good conversation. Let's
So
go ahead.
in my opinion, the model number is the pattern, but doesn't include the blades, unless it's a GEC, which is all about the number of blades.
Well, the number
My
of the
answer
pattern.
is both and neither at the same
Yeah,
time.
pretty much what John said. It doesn't matter. Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I go
Well,
back
I mean,
to
on
knife
some knives,
companies.
it's some knives it's the number of blades, and some knives it's the pattern shape. Sometimes it's a
Both.
mixture or combination of both. It's really hard to answer.
And sometimes it's just a
what the
complete joke.
marketing department decides to call it.
Well, I mean, like the pattern number for Swiss Army knives, they're like 3.6178.82. What
Yeah.
does
what's
that mean?
Right.
Right.
And a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Case Barlows, the half at the end. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes.
it was started before they had 0.5. But it is. The companies,
so you're saying that they had fractions but not decimals.
yeah.
Correct.
But
I'll
the
just
thing
go
is,
with
companies are
poppycock.
always trying to get a hook. Most of the time, it's just the company trying to get a bit of a hook or get a conversation like this started. That if they called it a slim trapper, nobody would notice it. But now there's 5 of us all thinking different things, and
Right.
many more out there. It's in the public arena.
Yes, it's true.
They know exactly what it is. It's a jackknife.
Right. Yes,
Right.
That's true. And so KC says personally he doesn't like multi-blade knives for comfort reasons, so I'm all for single blade knives. But what do I know? And I say that it's personal preference whether you like a multi-bladed knife or not. But I will tell you that I have a lot of traditional knives that have multi-blades that are both smaller and lighter than a lot of single blade modern knives. A lot of those are actually, I think, a little bit bigger. They carry bigger in the pocket, even with a pocket clip, and they're not as small or comfortable to carry as a multi-bladed traditional. But
I've
What say you
gone sort
guys?
of in the reverse. I really enjoyed the single bladed moderns, and now I will admit I have ordered a modern knife, but I'm obsessed with the traditional knives. I much prefer to carry traditional, even if it is 3 blade, 4 blade, whatever. I just think they're better. So anyone that likes moderns is wrong, is what I'm saying.
But there's the answer to multi-bladed knives. If you think they're heavy to carry or they're cumbersome in your pocket, stick them on your belt.
there you go.
It's just as simple as that. This is such a simple little slip. Put it on your
Yes.
belt. We got a multi-tool or whatever you have. Put it in there. You don't feel.
Oh no, he's frozen.
He's frozen. Oh no! What a sight!
Okay,
I'm
quick,
scared.
grab a
Can we change?
screenshot, Matt.
Got
Oh.
that.
John's already done it. He's already on it.
Okay,
On it. Done
we'll
it.
see that. We'll see that in the Discord.
Yep. Done.
So I have a question. Well, Patty's still
Yeah.
frozen, but what if you don't wear a belt?
if you can't clip it onto your yoga pants there, Tom, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it wasn't yoga pants I was thinking of, but point well taken.
Okay, so he says that Casey says that's not what I meant. I mean, when you have one blade open and the second blade is still closed, it feels terrible in your hand. I would say that is definitely for some traditionals are like that, but not all of them. A lot of them are very much comfortable if they have the other blades closed.
I can say the same thing about them stupid pocket clips. I get that in my hand and I feel that pocket clip. It drives me nuts. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
I don't pocket. There are some specific uses for pocket clips, like if you have cargo or you're wearing like tactical type pants with cargo pockets, you can clip them inside of there. But just in the pocket, I'd rather carry something loose. I hate them pocket clips.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've
there
really
you
gone off pocket clips. I really don't like them either.
go.
Like I had that. I know John's the same. We had that RB5. We both did reviews of recently, and we both took the pocket clip off. It's just, it was cumbersome, and it kind of ruined the knife for me.
You know, I knew if I hung out with you enough, Slippy, I'd find something to like about you, and I think I just did.
Well, it definitely wasn't going to be my personality, was it, Tom? Let's face it.
We broke new ground now, Slippy.
Yeah.
But Messer was referring to the Levin's guide, and there's no be all end all. I mean, a lot of people look at that as like the Bible or whatever, but to be honest with you, that definitions of the knives have to be flexible, because if they're not, then you can't categorize something that someone says is this and then turn around and have somebody who maybe has just as good a reputation say that in fact this is what this particular pattern is. So the definitions blur, they blend, they have to be pliable, they are malleable at the best, because like what's the true trapper, for example. We can talk about that. What's a true trapper? I think if you ask somebody,
there's only one.
Yeah,
John. There's
okay.
only one.
If you ask somebody before the trapper was invented, what was a trapper, and they tell you it was a muskrat, because that was.
But a muskrat's not a trapper.
I know, because the trapper was invented after the muskrat, but the trappers use muskrats. So a trapper used a trapper. He wasn't a real trapper because he was using a knife that wasn't invented yet.
So he was a muskratter then, is what you're saying?
He was a muskratter, if you want to be technical.
What about the moose?
Well,
Can I go back?
The move.
Can I go back
The
out
moose
again
is
and
just
come
a
back
myth.
in? I'm confused now.
Did Judd mess with you while you were
I
frozen?
think
there?
so.
I think
I
so
feel
too.
abused.
He put
You're
the
a
remote on
big
you.
hit in Discord right now, Steven. You're getting thumbs and hearts and pointies and
Everybody we're just having all kinds of fun with stuff. We're talking
Yeah.
about Stockman's and sow belly moose, and what's going on with Levine's guide, and
yeah.
all this sort
But
of
I
stuff.
agree with Joe. It's the best
Yeah,
we
Joe-
have.
Joe's
It's the best we got.
Yeah, I agree with what Joe says too. In fact, I need to get a Levine's guide. I still haven't found one that's for a decent price, anyways.
Yeah, I
Should've
was
bought one
really
years
lucky.
ago.
I got a second-hand one for 20 quid. It was definitely well worth it.
Yeah.
I just need to learn how to read now.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. How does it useful for you, sir?
It's pictures. It's got lots
Ah.
of pictures.
Pictures.
Right.
Okay.
But they're not done in crayon.
No, that's when he's writing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought RJ said he was the peacemaker.
I try to be. But I stir stuff up too.
Yeah, he does.
I'm just as much of an instigator as a peacemaker.
Okay, can I show this really quickly while Slippy's gone?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. You got a nice one. That's got a really nice color to it.
That was a dye job I just did recently that I'm going to send you.
Yeah, that's great. That
Yeah,
looks
it's
nice.
really nice. So here's the Slippy, and here's the Thrifty.
Aha.
Very nice.
Thrifty. Lippy. Thrifty. All right. I had to show that while he was away. Hopefully you didn't see it.
There you go, Jeroen. I like that.
A cold peacemaker. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay.
Although we don't talk about those much on this show, but
Mm-mm.
they do come up from time to time.
Yeah.
Most of us are not opposed to the discussion of pews, but this is a knife show.
Hey, I got a question for everybody.
Okay.
I need some help.
All
Not
right.
not in the normal way that you're thinking, yeah, I always need that kind of help, but some help with a piece of cutlery. Let's put it that way.
All right. Let's bring you
Okay.
up full screen so we can see
This
what's going on.
This is a Utica knife. I got this in an antique store the other day, and it's got a single blade to it. And look at that big fat spear point to it.
That's nice.
It's lovely.
It's very thin, but here's my question. You look on this end, you see a stud, like a stud here, and on the other side, I'm assuming there must have been a bail there
Yeah,
that somebody cut off.
definitely. Yeah.
But here's the other thing, and I don't know if you can see it, but if you look down in there, can you see there's a post that's going all the way through?
Yeah.
And it almost looks like there's a little bit of room here for a small pen blade, maybe. So I can't figure out, was this supposed to be just a nice slim single bladed jackknife, or was there a pen knife that was on it also? But it's
Now, there's a good question.
It does seem like the pen
I
blade.
would say
might
you're
be
missing a
broken off.
pen blade.
Yep. I would say that
It's just-
too.
I don't know. I mean, there's such little room there, but
Is there a
I don't know,
bigger gap
maybe
on
they
one side?
maybe they just left an open construction for that bail or something. I don't know, but I can't find this model online. You know, any examples of it? But what a wonderful, nice, thin. It's fairly long here, fairly big but thin. Just
Yeah.
a really nice knife. But if anyone has any information on this type of knife, again, it's a Utica.
Did
Oh,
it have
please
any
let me
kind of
know.
a model number or anything on it?
There's no model number, no
'Cause-
nothing.
You know, this little Excelsior knife is the same way, where it's super thin and has the two blades on it, and there's not a lot of room for the second blade, but definitely could be something like that. But
It
I don't know.
must be.
Just
I don't know.
just an idea.
There's an easy way. Well, not an easy way. There's a way you can tell if you take the main blade out and where the pen blade would have come down. Is there any scraping?
Oh yeah,
Is that
any
what
kind
tell
of
you?
blade rub? Yeah.
No, I don't see any blade rub on it.
Nothing. Do you know, it might have just been it's a lovely cigar pattern, equal length
It
cigar
is,
pattern.
it
It's
is.
just lovely.
Even if it's missing a blade, it's still a wonderful knife.
Beautiful,
yeah.
yeah. And I use my wife's old handbags, and you take the little brass rings that they use. to
Wait.
put the straps on.
I use my wife's old handbags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dressed
For
up with
spare
or
parts.
Yeah. For
For
clevis. I've
spare
heard you
parts,
say
that
that.
little
Spare
ring that they
parts.
use to keep the strap on is a perfect size for bails on knives
Oh, what?
that haven't got a bail.
What'd you say?
Did you hear that as well, John? I definitely heard it.
The what?
You boys are being bad. You boys are being bad. My goodness. We're not going to talk about his handbags and his strap-ons and all this other stuff, okay? We're talking about, bails, clevises, things like this. Boys, behave yourselves.
So what about handbags?
Don't you get them started again, Tom. I just got them settled down.
Oh,
But then, if you get a handbag with a wee bail that's the same size,
do the
great for
same with,
taking off and putting on as a bail.
You can do the same with a bit of coat hanger too.
Yeah.
Bend it into shape. And I got a real good trick for bending something real symmetrical like that. You put a socket in a vise, and then you just wrap it around the socket, and it'll make it nice and even that way.
Yeah, that's a nice tip.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
I'm surprised nobody's come up with that before, John.
Nah, just me.
That's that multi-tool working right there.
I would tell you what I use, John, but I'd probably get kicked off the show.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Huh?
And he's wrecked his wife's too.
Okay. You gave me permission, RJ.
I did,
Are there young ladies watching?
Yeah,
possibly, but I don't know.
right.
I don't know if I should or not. I mean,
Okay.
it's a perfectly legitimate word, and
Okay.
it's perfectly legitimate in context. It's just that there's too many people with dirty old men here with dirty minds. That's all.
How about you just say it and then
Okay,
we'll
I
just move
use a
on.
nipple. Okay, a nipple. You put a nipple in the vise and you wrap it around.
Dear,
You know, a
I
pipe
can't get
nipple.
that picture out of my mind now.
See, I knew it.
Yep.
Ay, ay, ay. What am I going to do with you?
Weren't we
guys?
going to be talking about knives?
Yeah. Somebody
We all
show a
were
knife
talking
and
about
save
making
this.
bales. And the best way to wrap it around. And John
We're
used
going all
the socket,
organized.
and I used a small piece of pipe.
Okay.
Okay.
John's after giving up. He's gone frozen.
Who's gone frozen?
Oh, John's frozen.
John, he's
now.
away to,
John,
he's away to
you're
find the
frozen.
nipple.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Okay, Casey. Oh my goodness. And Dave is offended that there's too many dirty old men here. But that's okay. I'm going to save the show. I'm going to show a knife. Here we go.
Good.
If you must.
Another multi-tool. How's that? The good old GI Jack from Marbles. So you have your nice can opener. The great freeze attacks again. Yes, it does. We got the screwdriver and cap lifter. A really nice spear point blade. It's got the little marbles etch on it. And then, of course, you have your awl or your punch, whatever you'd like to use that for. But there you go. Another great multi-tool, one that's, one that maybe some people wouldn't think of as a multi-tool.
Well, I
There
have
you
something to share with you, something that I got this week that really
I'd
has
like to.
impressed me again.
Okay.
And it's a Rosecraft blades. I got sent another couple of Rosecraft blades. And I'm sorry, gents, but the rest of the knife world better buck up, because that's 4 of them I've got, and they're all absolutely perfect. I can find nothing that I could call reasonable that's wrong with them. Nothing.
Can we see the French broad?
The French broad, yes. Look at that. Look at
Okay.
the color on that.
Let me bring you up full screen so everyone can enjoy that. I like Rosecraft blades. I think you're absolutely correct, Patty.
Honestly,
Absolutely
you
correct.
really need to look at that back spring on a knife that I think this is just under $50. It's just scarily good. I mean, the
Yes.
fit and finish is amazing. The shine they have on that bone, and whatever bone they're using, I know it's cattle bone, but it really does take different depths of color within the bone. All 4 knives have got that different depth of color.
Yes.
You can just stare into it. It's beautiful. Oh, there's
I
my
agree.
gorgeous wife.
You see what the problem is with those, though, Paddy?
Thank you, wife.
The Chinese knives.
But I mean, and this blade, the blade on this is a gorgeous knife. Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
really interested in that one.
And I'll tell you what, when you try to describe this to somebody, and it is like a toothpick, but it is like a Navaja shape. but it's lovely
Yeah.
and rounded at the end. It's not a powder horn. I just think that's a nicer looking shape. And when you hold it in your hand, large hand, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Really is. Now,
All right, we'll see you, Brenny. Big Red says that the red apple bone on the Coe River that he has is incredible.
I think that's this one here, is it?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
the one
That
you've
the
got.
Acoli?
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah,
What
Randy's
I-
WSG got one of those as well recently. He
Yeah.
said he loves it.
Yes.
It is a real. It's a brand new version of a box opener knife. Do you know what I mean? It's a stumpy little knife. It's only
Right.
got a just over 2 inches cutting edge, but full 4-finger grip and a super useful blade. Absolutely would do me every day for an EDC. But
Oh, yeah.
again, look at the difference in the bone. The depth of the color is stunning. And I
Yes.
just wanted to see that. Look at that. Again, look at the fit and finish on it. And again, this one I think is under $50 or just around the $50. Don't quote me. But I'm sorry, they're fast becoming the company of the year for me.
Yeah,
Last
I
year-
think Andy and those guys over at Rosecraft, they do a great job. They really do. The whatever they have, whatever factory they're using and stuff, they're really doing a fantastic job with those.
But I think with Andy, it's since he's gone to the single blades, he has become a designer way beyond. I just think he has just jumped in leaps and bounds. And that's what it should be. It's a new company, a good designer who's been around, knows it works, and he knows that single bladed slip joints are definitely more popular than
Yes.
multi-bladed ones.
And then Jeroen had a question. He wanted to know if that has a stop pin in those or something to prevent blade wrap.
Yeah. Oh, here,
Yeah.
let me just.
Sorry, blade wrap.
No,
I'm saying
the
yes.
ones I have got a stop pin. So I've got the sway back one like you've got, RJ. The little rubber band spinner and the Zambezi, and they all have stop pins in.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, yeah. Yep. Nothing wrong with the fit and finish on those. That's for sure. Randy, he's chiming in too. Yeah. Rosecraft, I have nothing but good things to say about them. I like their modern knives. I like their traditional knives. I've had experience with both of those type of knives from them. And, I got to, they had quite a few of them come through the pass around group with their modern knives and stuff. And I like all of them. Every single one has been a very nice knife.
The one thing I think the fit and finish on the slip joints is up to, I don't know what, I don't want to describe it as case standard because case aren't that good. I'm sorry, that's the truth. The fit and finish on, it's like a Rough Rider Reserve is the other one that it's the only one in that price range that I can compare it to because they're shooting way above their station with these knives. The modern ones to me are in that process of getting refined a wee bit more and more. I still think they're a bit big, a bit deep, or a bit sort of thick. And I think they need to refine them down, hide the liners, and I think there's plenty of room for them to grow. But their slip joints, my gosh.
Yeah.
Why would you ever want to get rid of a knife like that? And D2 as well. Just super.
Yeah.
Super, super.
JB says he prefers the slip joints over the modern line as well.
Yeah, I think they have a way to go, but I'm not really into. I don't collect that many normal. I can't think of the
Normal.
normal knives. Relocking knives.
I don't like those normal knives.
RJ, go and get the claw.
I can go get the claw if you guys want to see it.
I'm maybe only changing one, but again, there's this. Sorry, I'm hogging the show. Somebody else have a go.
No, you carry on.
We're just
go ahead.
Just talking. We're all among friends.
I'm not playing. I'm taking the ball.
What? I don't think I'm familiar with this particular treat. What is this? A Hostess? That's not Little Debbie.
Yeah, Casbars. That's right.
Casbars.
With sweet crunch pieces, chocolate caramel made with real caramel. No artificial flavors.
Oh, do you mean caramel?
Caramel.
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 I find caramel in the Caribbean.
But there's an extra A in the middle, so it's caramel.
Caramel.
Paddy, get
peanut
over
free.
your boat. Go and give him a lesson.
And it has a delightful, see that? Delightful drizzle.
I don't want any of your delightful drizzle.
not a thrifty drizzle, not a thrifty drizzle. It has a delightful drizzle.
John, you
Oh
okay?
my.
I think John's died.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think John.
Oh
How
god.
many people did you say watch this on a Sunday night?
We're losing subscribers as we speak.
Okay,
Oh man.
back to
I want
multi-tool.
to see. Wait, just a minute, Tom. I want to see RJ eat one of those Casbars with his glove or this claw hand.
There you go.
Well, I would have to get some of those. I've never even seen those in the store, but I don't really pay much attention at the snack aisle. I usually see the little Debbie's are on the end caps, So I'm waiting for the little trees to come out. Those are the
No, you got to have the Halloween
Oh,
pumpkins
Christmas
first.
now. Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah, but don't forget, I mean, Tom can go down to the survival bunker and get all this stuff out. It's probably from the 30s.
probably.
That's the newer stuff, yes.
That's where Randy goes for his holidays.
and Big J wants to know where's the Casey's, Tom.
Oh, just a few blocks away, believe me.
Did you go up there and get a breakfast pizza this morning?
Not this morning.
Okay. Do you know about breakfast pizza, Matt?
Yeah, it's an abomination.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You've not had Casey's breakfast pizza.
It's,
Oh.
I don't want to have it.
Yes, you
There's
do.
nothing
I
like
heard
an Ulster fry.
yeah, breakfast
That's
pizza is
the
a big
ball.
thing in Iowa. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, I miss
Good
Casey's.
stuff.
That's the Midwest gas station up there.
Yeah. Yes, Jeroen, pizza for breakfast. Tell them all about it, Tom. Tell Jeroen about a breakfast pizza.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a pizza crust, and you got scrambled eggs, you got sausage, you got bacon, you got cheese, sausage. Oh,
Well,
it's
then
just
the Americans
wonderful.
go with their cheese and everything again.
Oh, absolutely.
I got to tell you though, Casey's can't touch Bucky's. Just can't touch Bucky's. Sorry.
Wow.
Ooh, someone's thrown down the gauntlet.
I
hasn't
was going to say, wow, we've got a challenge there. Casey's versus Bucky's. That sounds like a video thing for you, Tom, because you can,
Yeah.
you can go to both. Yeah. And then
it?
check out
We don't
if
have
they
any
knives
Bucky's
there, too.
around.
Well, you
Well,
would say,
you'd have to-
hello,
you'd
welcome
have
to
to take a road trip.
Delightful Drizzle. This is Tom.
What's that?
That's his other channel.
Delightful Drizzle. That's his OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, Randy. Tell him.
Bring it up big and I'll show you an Ulster fry. That's the best breakfast in the earth.
Okay, here we go.
This is for a man, all fried.
Is there any black pudding on there, sir?
Yes, black pudding and white pudding.
Correct. Stephen has a correct breakfast.
You get fried bread, fried soda bread, fried pancake, eggs, bacon, sausages, mushroom, tomatoes, and black and white pudding. And then you can't get up off the chair for an hour or two.
An hour or two, the rest of the day.
What
Pudding
what
for
in the world
breakfast?
is
What
in the
an
world is black and
abomination.
white pudding? What is
Okay,
that?
RJ, blood sausage.
Blood sausage.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know if that's good or not.
It's good.
It's made with good innards.
Good
Innards and
innards.
blood.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm trying to watch my cholesterol. It sounds like too much fried stuff in there for me.
Oh, yeah, you would definitely have like a heart attack after it.
Yeah, we have a very high heart attack rate in Northern Ireland.
Is
I
that
wonder
right?
why.
But But let me tell, we're never hungry.
Yeah, and Tony's Pony says white pudding is just wrong. So what's white pudding if the black pudding is blood sausage, you said?
It's
Yeah.
unblood sausage.
And then what's a white pudding? What is that?
Similar sort of stuff, but without the blood. That's the only way to describe it.
Okay.
Boy,
We
that
still
sounds
want
really
that.
appetizing.
They are. Black pudding especially is just gorgeous.
I guess it's one of those things that you just get the you get that served to you, Tom, and you
Mhm.
don't ask questions. You just eat.
You
And if
just
it
eat
tastes
it,
good,
yeah.
you eat it. And if it doesn't taste good, you don't eat it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Singing Toad is the most adventurous eater here. He's tried black pudding, blood sausage, and haggis, maybe even all at the same time. I don't know. And it's all
I
good.
guess also is excellent.
And Hat Tip says, just do like we do here in the South. Just fry it. There you go.
Exactly it.
I'm with you, Mike. It sounds terrible. I don't know.
Stick a bit of pigskin around it and fry it.
Well, I'll tell you what, everything goes better with head cheese. So
Everything goes better with brown sauce.
No, I'm sorry, Paddy, you've lost me there. Brown sauce is a violation of your taste buds.
Okay.
Remember when we were in knife channels?
I do. I'm like wondering when we turned into a cooking show, but
Right. I need help.
We know
do
that.
you?
What do you
Oh.
call that head again that's on that knife?
Oh, that's
Punisher.
the Punisher.
Punisher.
The Punisher
The
skull.
Punisher head.
Yeah.
I got this week. I've been harping on about my YouTube channel about buying second-hand knives. They don't have to go for all these new ones that come out. They all look the same. Buy second-hand. You get a better variety of knives. I seen this one up, and this is a Kershaw Link. Absolutely stunning. Listen to this. Oh, just gorgeous. Speed
There
of
you
6,
go.
American-made Kershaw, 20 CV. Absolute stunning knife. Really is. I love. Look at that blade shape. Isn't that
Is it
gorgeous?
assisted?
Sorry.
Is it assisted?
Yeah. And I don't know why people don't like assisted. That's gorgeous.
To be honest,
Um,
I've never had an assisted knife, but
I would recommend Kershaw first because they do a magnificent job. And a lot of the Kershaws, I'm not sure about this one, so maybe somebody can help. But a lot of them, if the spring goes, you just take it out and it still works okay as a normal knife without the assist. You just have to
Yeah.
flick it a bit harder.
That's true.
But this is just beautiful. And I love the fact that it had this came out in 2017 with a Punisher on it. Looks a
Nice.
bit class. And I got that for about 50 quid with 20 CV on it.
Yeah.
So, people say they can't afford 120, 130 that the modern ones are. Buy
Right.
old. Still cuts exactly as it's 20 CV. It still cuts the same.
It's a great steal. Yeah, and that's the thing. Kershaw, when people ask me, a lot of times they'll say, what kind of knife should I get? And for 99% of the people, I say, go look at Kershaw, because they're going to find what they want there. And they make great working knives. They're just fantastic. I've never really had a fault with a Kershaw ever. And I've been a fan of Kershaw since I was a teenager. I've liked, knives that they put out all across the decades here, and it's been nice.
I still believe the Blur is one of the best knives Kershaw ever made. It's like the 940. It's their 940. An absolutely amazing knife.
Yeah.
I didn't get it in so many blade steels. But it's usually 14C28N for the basic, and that's a super steel anyway. It's a great steel.
Yeah, it is. That's a fantastic steel. That's for
I
sure.
think I missed the Blur, and they got that one as like a replacement just to have. Do you know what I mean? It's
Right.
yeah. I'm getting more enjoyment out of buying secondhand knives than actually paying full price.
Yeah. And the nice thing about Kershaw is that they work with a lot of different designers too.
Huge.
And you may not be able to afford one of those designers, premium knives,
Yeah.
but then they'll have the same design, or they'll have that designer design a knife for Kershaw, and they'll put it at a price that anybody can afford.
Yeah.
You know,
And let me, they're not that far away from the main designer's knife. They're pretty good at
Right.
replicating that knife. All right, the material is not the same, but shape-wise, use, everything, really good.
Yeah.
There's a good
completely agree.
example of that with Monterey Bay Knives and Artisan Cutlery. Because Ray Laconico does loads of stuff for MBK,
Yeah.
and it's expensive. But if you go to Artisan Cutlery, you can get his designs for a fraction.
Yeah.
Yep, and Hat Tip is talking about the Leak. Yeah, the Kershaw Leak is another fantastic
Yeah.
design that's been around for a long time. Many different variations, different blade steels, different sizes of it. A fantastic knife. Tony Ponies asks if anyone has a slip joint Penguin yet. I do not. Oh, you have one, Matt? Okay, nice.
It's on the way. It's on the
Oh.
way.
Okay.
I'll have the likes of the Penguin and the Civivi Elementum. I've got so bored with that. The shell. I mean, I had a Penguin for years. It's a smashing knife, but I don't want to see it anymore. I want something new.
Yeah.
Not that your knife's
Jerome-
not going to be beautiful, Matt, but
No. You carry on. You like your stuff. I like mine. That's how it works. That's the knife
Exactly.
community.
Right. Yeah, Jerome asks Kershaw versus QSP. I have to tell you, I've not been disappointed in any QSP knife that I've ever handled. I think they are just an awesome company.
Yeah, that hedgehog as well is so slicey. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the main difference between Kershaw versus QSP for me here locally, I can walk into several different stores. I can get Kershaw off the shelf or out of the case. I don't see that many QSP. I have to buy those online.
yeah.
So that's why I tell people a lot of times go for a Kershaw, because I know that they can just walk, because they're not really knife guys, like we are. They're not collectors. They just want a knife to use, and they can walk into a sporting goods store and get a Kershaw, every day of the week. So that's why I point them that way.
Isn't it Kershaw that makes the automatics, the out the side? Do they do that? Isn't it Kershaw?
Kershaw does make automatics, yes.
And they're priced at a really, really reasonable price.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
What color Penguin did you go for, Matt? That's what Tony's asking.
Blue.
Oh, you already answered blue. Sorry, I didn't see it.
What about our people in the talk box? Have they bought any knives this week that surprised them or pleased them more than they thought?
Yeah, that's a good question. Have you guys gotten any new knives? Anything you want to talk about or tell us about? For Doug Watkins, yes, I have seen the Marvel's exhibition grade knives. Yes, they are very much on my want list, and I will get some here. When I can arrange it. But definitely something that I definitely want to get. But they look good. I've seen some people that have gotten them. I know Tobias got one. I've had a couple pictures show up to me in my emails and stuff. So they're like, people are telling me, hey, these are really good, and I definitely want to join on that bandwagon.
Have I spoke to you about the GEC I had to send back? I paid
No.
£275 for the GEC, that new one to come out, but I got the Way North one, and £275, and I just had to send it back. It just was, for that price of a GEC, it was terrible, to be honest. There was next to no pull on it. There was no snap on it. I didn't like it at all. I thought, if I'm going to spend £275, I'm sorry, but they'll have to up their quality. And that's a couple of the last GECs weren't great. Not that they were bad, but they just weren't up to that standard that GEC have had. Now, a lot of people got them and they were lovely and fair play, go ahead. But there's also, I've heard, a lot that weren't happy. And I've been one of them, definitely wasn't happy. And it's a shame. I still love my GEC, but
Right.
when you hear a wee trend like that, and this year has not been great for GEC, I don't think what they brought out has been often necessarily their high standard, but There we go. It's just my own opinion. But again, people say on your channel, "Oh, you don't say anything bad about knives." Why would I? I'm getting knives that I like. I'm buying knives that I already like them. But if I do get one that's bad, you don't see it. I didn't come and show it on the. I don't want to run any company down. So I mean, I just send it back and that's it done. Do you know what I mean? I'll have a wee gripe, move on.
Yeah.
Why do you want to review a bad knife? I don't get that.
Well, I think people I don't know, if they think that you get knives that you don't like, or why would you get a knife you don't like? Because they say, why don't you talk bad or negative about the knives you have? And it's because if I'm putting out my own money to buy a knife, I'm going to buy something I like.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the Barlow that's on my list. John has it.
Beautiful.
All right, Joe, you take it easy.
Is that just come out or is that an old one, John?
This is the marbles one that just came out.
Oh,
Yeah, these are the exhibition grade ones.
Now, all they are is the exact copy of those Winchester ones that they had about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You remember the Cowbell I showed last week? Exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why they do that sort of thing, but on this particular series, I'm not going to complain because I was only able to get one before they went away because I caught the tail end of when they
are they
were out.
that much more expensive, John?
No, not really. There's only what $30 maybe, $29.
Wow,
Yeah.
that looks good. Fit and finish good.
Yep.
Looks
Yep, really
beautiful.
is.
I love that band.
You're going to get that marbles edge though, so if that bugs you,
Nah, not really.
I kind of like it, to tell you the truth.
the marbles edge.
Yeah. I like the marbles etch.
Okay.
So
I like your marbles.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus.
Yeah, it does not bother me at all.
No, but yeah, I don't know what all more I don't know if they've got all the patterns that they're going to have out already. But,
I've seen 4. There's the toothpick, the Barlow, a trapper, and a cheetah or swing guard.
swing
knife.
guard, yeah.
So those are the ones that I've seen. But I
Are they
think
going to bring?
they're pretty.
Are they
nice.
going to bring them back, John?
I don't know. I was surprised that they even had that. So when I just stumbled across it just by accident, because to be frank, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, ever since they updated their website, I've not been a fan of it. And it's very difficult to find what you're looking for on there.
I absolutely agree with that. Their new website is very bad compared to the old one.
I've just been frustrated because the problem is finding the new stuff, like the real new releases.
Yeah,
They never seem to tag them in the actual section, if that makes sense. Like you go in the Rough Rider section, look for the new releases, can't find them.
Well, last night, for example, I was looking at the Rough Rider section, and that marbles, that same knife that you showed John, showed up in the Rough Rider section.
Right.
So there's nothing about that's Rough Rider at all, and it shouldn't be in that section, but it was. But at the same time, if you're not really looking for the marbles, like you said, they're not really advertising a lot of this stuff. I guess I don't know, because I don't get their catalog.
I get their catalog, but a lot of the Rough Rider stuff is not highlighted in there. You might get their latest. I don't know, not even their latest. Usually be something that they've had out for maybe 3 or 4 months, and they'll highlight, 1 or 2 series, but they won't show you everything. And then by the time you get the next catalog, they may have gone over 3 or 4 different series before they even release that next catalog. So they may just skip completely over it.
Yeah.
It's not a reliable source for, getting all the different Rough Rider releases.
Right.
The thing is that, the people that pay for the promotion, well, I don't know if they pay for it, but the higher end knives are always the ones that get all the fanfare on the website.
Yeah. They are proud of their peñas.
Paying as a benchmate, always on the on the top banners and things. And if you want the Arctic Fox series, you're gonna have to hunt for it. You're gonna have to be watching for it. You're gonna have to be looking diligently on the website for every pattern that they have.
Right.
I have to wait for John to send it to me before I can get it, because I just can't find them.
It's just it's a mess. I don't know what they've done. They just need to bring back the search feature for latest or the newest items. Once they
Well,
do
you used
that,
to be
that'll
able
help.
to. You could
Yeah.
search by a family of knives too. You could search,
Yeah.
and get everything of a certain type. Go ahead, Patty. You showed a knife.
Your
Yeah.
cat doesn't like it either, RJ. You can just hear him whining in the background about it.
Yep.
That
But-
SMK website.
The checker, this is the Rough Rider version of that checker, but it is a beautiful blade, handle material.
is.
It's gorgeous.
Rifle
Yeah.
Gun series.
I waited years to get this one, and then I got another one within 2 weeks. One of my subs kindly sent me one as well, so I've got the canoe version of it.
What is that pattern called? Do you know what they're calling that?
That's the gun stock.
It's just a gun stock.
Yeah, just a gun stock. No, it's got a pen blade, but
All
it's
right, so
it's
a
a
two-blade gun stock. All right.
yeah, it's got a lovely. It's quite a big pen blade, but very useful. And this is it must have been one of the magazines, the Countryman's Weekly. This is something they done for them. But an
Okay.
absolutely-
So I don't think that was part of their normal release line because I've seen it several times, and I've never seen the gun stock in that
Yeah,
series. So
it's.
might
I have
been
to say, I
something
love
they-
them.
I think you got a pretty rare one there, Patty, because I've not seen that on eBay.
They're two beautiful Rough Riders. I'll have to say, love them.
Yep. Thank you again, Byron, for that. That was so much fun. That fun knife, and that's going to be part of my Halloween display for this year.
Search for Freddy and the
Yeah.
claw came up. Yeah,
Search for Freddy. You got the claw.
nice.
Yeah, I got to tell you that is a fun knife, and if you guys haven't seen it, you'll get to hear me laugh through the whole video because that was such
I
a
haven't done
surprise.
that video. I haven't got near watching videos. I think my last 3 videos, I'm maybe only answered about 3 people. I've been unusually for me so busy this week.
Yeah, I think this last week's been busy for everybody. I mean, I was really super busy. Matt was busy, and Tom was busy, and so it's just been one of those weeks. This last one,
Yeah.
and just things
Yeah,
going crazy.
We've been out shopping for furniture and things like that, and then getting the furniture, putting it together. I've enjoyed it, I have to say. It's something I should have done years ago. I think we bought our furniture in 1943.
Yeah. Well, it was built to last back then. All right, Dave, take it easy. We'll see you. We'll see you later during the week. That's for sure. So yeah, we're just been having. Oh yeah, Mike's still recovering from the case event. I wish I could have gone down there, Mike. That seemed like a lot of fun. It really did.
It's good to see Mike in that video that Smoky Mountain did with
Yeah.
Maury in it and everybody.
Yeah.
Yep, that's for sure. Yep, that's on my list too, to get down there to Smoky Mountain. That's for sure.
Looked like there was quite the crowd for that event.
Oh yeah. I would imagine so. So Matt, did you want to plug the Discord?
Yeah, I can plug the Discord. Tom can do his spiel for me if that's all right, Tom, and I'll put the link in when he's finished chewing and coughing and choking.
Well, that's why I figured I'd have you do it since he was in the middle of his delightful drizzle.
You're muted.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it, Tom. If you want to talk about knives and your family members are annoyed with you talking about knives, join the Discord.
God.
How's that?
That's
you by
that's
the
fantastic.
footage.
Well,
Sorry,
you
there's only one-
don't send Slippy any messages because he doesn't answer you.
I do. I replied to you, Stephen.
No, you didn't.
Have a
About
look.
what?
Check again.
Where'd I check?
Do I have to show you on my phone my
Where do I
reply?
check? Well, no wonder you don't know if he's responded or not.
I have no idea. It's all over my head. I'm thick as shit. Oh, excuse me.
So here's
Cancel.
message here. What's this here? This looks like a reply. Just here, look.
When did you put that
This
in?
is-
Just before this show?
You sent me the message on the 30th at 15:43. I replied at 15:51.
No, that's a different message.
8
It's
minutes
not.
later.
It's not.
It's about an
It won't
address.
go. It's
Like
about the
address.
address. It's about the address.
Well, it didn't come up on mine.
So
It's
take
in a
it
different
back.
room. You've
There's
too
a
many
time
rooms.
delay.
Yours is like an apartment block. There's too many rooms in it.
There's 3.
That's way too many. I can only deal with
Actually,
one.
there's 4. There's 4. Don't get the sales one.
Oh yeah, 4. Okay, 4.
Yeah.
The sales
Anyway,
one-
back to the Discord. Paddy can't use it. He's useless. Everyone else join it.
We'll guide you around. Patty's too proud to ask questions. That's his problem.
I ask questions all the time. Everybody doesn't answer me.
You don't reply to the original message.
Because the question is, how do I get the response?
I am so
Okay.
bad.
Todd
I
Carr
really
wants to
do
know-
try so much. This is the first time that I've really tried, and I just cannot get that. I keep going to the different places, then I can't get out of them.
I thought you did
Well-
well. You got on there one day where you were bragging on yourself, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
you
Patty,
did.
good
You
job."
did really good. And
Then I never
but-
saw you again.
But when I go to
See-
sleep, I forget how to get back into it again.
Oh,
People in the talk box appreciate my British advertising. Mikey liked it.
Okay, so the
I-
153 UH, that's the golden spike.
Is that it? That's what I'm
Yes.
looking for.
That's
Okay.
that. I had to look it up myself because I didn't know it by the 153 UH. But
Yeah, me. I thought
Did
it
you have
might be. I
did you
have
have a
one.
question about it, Todd?
Let me find it.
you want my take on the gold spike?
Let's
It's
have your
big.
take on the golden spike.
Pass.
Pass on the golden spike.
I don't like it because it's not a full tang. I don't like those rat tail tangs where you tighten the screw. I just don't think they're well built. Not my thing.
Well, the thing is that for years and years and years, the rat tail thing was kind of like a. I'm not going to say it was an industry standard, but it wasn't really till people started doing the hardcore bushcrafting and stuff in the late
Yeah.
90s and in the 2000s. You know that they started really worrying about is it a full tang construction or not.
Yeah.
But I think if you're not batoning wood with it, it's probably just fine. You know, you
Well,
don't
the
wanna-
thing is you've got the mountain lion, right? The old timer, which is nearly the same blade shape and size. So
Uh-huh.
if I had to choose between the two, I'll just take the mountain lion. Thank you.
Okay.
It's full tank. So there you
Well,
go.
got one
that's
there.
good.
Got one there, Tom.
Yeah,
Oh, also one other little take I don't like about it. Sorry, Tom. Don't
Oh,
mean to
go
step
ahead.
No, go
But
ahead.
yeah, the finger grooves don't really fit my hand properly. They're kind of off on where my hand resides.
It's
You know
because
what?
it's a right-handed knife and you're lefty.
That might be it.
No, I agree with John. That's one thing I noticed right away with the grooves, the finger grooves. I like to have my index finger right up against the guard, but it's not, grooved there. And
Yeah.
it's deeply grooved here, and it feels unnatural to have it all the way back here when
I'm
you
with
really
you.
want it up tight.
On
But-
finger groove knives because very rarely do they make them to where they fit most
Right.
people.
But yeah, this is one, and this is a USA made one, but it's one of the later ones because it has the Schrade Plus on the Tang stamp,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that Plus stands for what? Stainless steel,
Stainless.
and
Yeah.
that came out in the 90s. I can't remember.
440A, I think.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
and it
Hey,
says
Gerbs.
Schrade Super Sharp. That was supposedly their new steel.
Okay,
Does have Uncle Henry engraved down in the brass guard.
so Todd says he's trying to figure out the handle material. He's not
Okay,
sure if it's plastic, bone, or some other material. I would say it's not bone. It's going to be some synthetic of
It's-
some
That's
It's a
so it's
Stagline.
Stagline.
It's a Stagline. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's synthetic.
But wouldn't it be nice if
Absolutely.
he put a bit of bone on it?
It would. It would.
That would be lovely to
Now-
drill out a bit of bone and just stick the blade into that. That would be lovely.
And
I
it'd
don't
be
know,
easy enough to
Todd,
do.
If your Staglon looks like this, on the newer ones, they're still making this. Of course, they're made in China now, but the Staglon I think is a different color. But I was just thinking, if you're afraid of breaking the original Staglon, you could always, I guess, buy it, one of the Chinese made ones and see if you could remove it and put on your USA made one. But I don't know. So yeah, that's the Golden Spike. It was a pretty popular hunting knife.
Yeah.
They sold a lot of them.
Yeah, they still do. That's one of the ones that you can almost always find in a Walmart.
And there was a very nice sheath with it. I thought very well constructed.
Yeah, it looks sturdy.
It is a sturdy sheath, yes.
Did you say sturdy or dirty?
Sturdy.
Oh, okay. That British accent got in the way. Sorry.
Jackass.
So I hope I helped you out there just a little bit, Todd.
It's these sneaky left hooks just come right up the middle. Oh, got it again.
That's it. You never know when it's gonna happen. It just does.
Right, RJ and the boys, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I've got to be up extra early tomorrow.
All right.
I shall
man.
have to catch you next week.
Well, thank you for spending time with us, and we always enjoy it when you're able to join us. So
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you boys later.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll see you, Slippy.
have a good
Yeah.
one.
I'm going to check if you answered.
Aha. So Todd Carr says that there's a touch of rust underneath the front guard, and that's why he's disassembling it. And yes, it has the beautiful leather sheath with the sharpening stone. So that's good.
Okay.
That's lovely.
Todd, if you search YouTube, I think there's a video out there on someone that's disassembled one and cleaned it. I may be wrong, but I think I remember seeing one. So
I
Might wanna
think
check.
it's not really difficult to
No, I don't
take
think
those
so either.
apart. I mean, I've taken rat tail tang knives apart, a lot, and they're usually not hard to take apart at all.
unless the threads have gotten rusted or something like that.
Well, that's true. That
Yeah.
that could happen too, depending on how the knife was. But yeah,
Well, I
it's
think-
probably not too bad.
I think the rat's tail was easier to make. It was
Yes.
cheaper to make. It was quicker
Yeah.
to make. And they had a hatchet for doing baton. You know what I mean? The baton
Right.
was the hatchet. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's more of the bushcraft side. People who were, I don't know. It's like most knives, yes, you have a preference and that's great. Everybody has to have a preference. But to break one, you'd have to be doing something a bit blooming stupid to break it.
Yeah, that's true.
Those screws do loosen up though over time,
Yeah.
and you,
that would be.
you might as well have your sack on you to tighten up the screw. So I might as well just carry the sack instead.
You
Rat-
use your
Leatherman.
Leatherman. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I came in a little later than the rat tail.
Yeah.
It's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit, but like I said, they make an old timer that's nearly as the same knife, and it's full tang, and that's a good
I'd
option.
be like you, John. I would go for the full tang. But
Yeah.
in reality, am I going to break it? Only have a baton. That's about the only reason. Or throw it at a tree.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how we found out how knives work when we were younger.
Yeah, throw them at a tree.
That's right.
It's also
How
when I
many
found out-
knives did you
my-
break as a young lad throwing them at trees? I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you how many I broke.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I can still remember getting in trouble for taking one of my dad's flathead screwdrivers and threw that thing, stuck it like 2 times, then hit it where it was on the handle, and it snapped like right at where the handle and the blade of the screwdriver were. It just came apart like that. I come to my dad with 2 pieces of screwdriver. He's like, "Yeah, what's wrong with you?" But when you're a young boy, I mean that was
Man, screwdriver would have been one of the more inexpensive things that I broke as a kid, I can tell you.
That's true.
I think one of the funniest things I ever done, me and my brother as children, we had a gravel front yard where the car used to come down.
Right.
And my dad parked his car, and it was an old, what was it he had? It was an Anglia, Ford Anglia, really old car, right?
Right.
And we got one side of the car, and we decided it would be a good idea to throw stones over at each other. Just lob one stone over, and you had to catch it. Well, as brothers, we got a wee bit overexcited, and we started throwing handfuls over the top. When my dad came out, because he heard the stones raining down on the top of his car, and it had a white roof and a maroon body, it was completely chipped from top to. We were only, I think I was about 8 or 9, and he was 5. We destroyed the top of his car. Oh,
Yeah. Good times.
backside, not so good.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it builds character.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I took my wife to the Dollar Tree yesterday. She was looking for some stuff for crafting, and they actually had some like Hot Wheel tracks that were hanging up on the thing. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "I can remember how many whippings I got with those."
Yeah, they make
Those were
great.
the bad ones because they went
Yeah.
right through your jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We're not,
I can
we're not
remember
supposed to
using
talk
them.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that all the stuff that nowadays your parents would go to jail for. But
Well, you see, if I say to my grandchildren, "You're going to get a whooping," yeah, they say, "Well, I'll just ring the what do you call them, the social worker, and get them to come out and see you because you're not allowed to." I said, "What a bet!"
Yeah, bitch, I'm faster than you are at getting to the phone.
I can catch you. Might not have the strength to hit you when I get you.
Yep. Hat Tip says one word for the top beater is Mora, and Mora uses a rat tail blank.
Yeah.
Except for
there you
that. Was it the Garberg or whatever?
Yeah, the Garberg and the Bushcrafter, I think they're full time, aren't they?
Yeah, those are full tang, but the rest of them are rat tail, and they do a fantastic job.
I've had one. You've seen in my video. I've had one for donkey's years. It's double figures.
Right.
And I've baton, thrown it at trees, done everything with that knife, and it's still going strong.
Yep, for sure.
And I had to put a fresh
those things-
edge on it there. I hadn't done it for years. I put a fresh edge on it, and it was lovely to take down the woods.
That's one of my favorite words that Randy just mentioned there. The Old South, we always call those impromptu beating sticks, switches. You just pull them right off a tree.
That's right.
Switches for your britches.
Over here, the Isle of Man, which is a little island between the mainland UK and Northern Ireland, little small island where the TT racing is held. That's its fame for it.
Yeah.
But they still were switching in the 70s. You got the switch. If you done something wrong, a public offense, you were switched.
Nice. I like it even more now.
I even think it might have gone into the 80s. I must check that up for next week, but I think it might even go into the 80s.
Yeah.
They still do it in Singapore.
A good birching. It was called a birch. You got birched.
Name for the tree from which it came. He's fighting off the dog.
Yep. The hoons have been released.
So does anyone have a knife to show?
Why don't somebody save me? Because I have these dogs.
I got one that I wanted to ask if any of y'all have. I got this recently, and I don't know how I overlooked this for as long as I did. This is the Marbles sleeve bore whittler.
Oh, that's cool. Let me bring that up full screen.
Now, I don't know if maybe it's had gone out of stock for a while, or I'm not sure, but this is the MR 295, and it's the whittler. You see there, it's on that got that thick blade stock there
Yeah.
up at the and it rides on the 2 springs, real stiff pull on it.
What about the two smaller blades? Are they thin?
I'm gonna give you a look. There's the pin blade. And the pin blade.
What I show us them side on, John, to see them side on. I want to see the end of them, see how thick they are.
Oh, right here. I got you.
Oh yeah. Oh, they are. They're not ultra thin, but they're thin enough.
Nah,
Aren't they? Yeah.
they're thin enough, yeah. I give you a
The
better
thing
one.
I find with the whittlers, I love the whittlers, the older ones that had the really like nearly a bendy blade. It was that thin, which is good for cutting through wood,
Yeah.
and it's easy to strop because you need to be stropping all the time.
There's your split in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like I just think maybe they were out of stock for a long time and they've come
It's a
back.
nice
That's
looking knife.
nice.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Sleeve boards. I got a,
I like the
That's,
sleeve board. Yeah.
that's an old style. Not quite an equal in. Equal in's a little more boring for me. I think I like the sleeve board a little more.
Right.
More just give a little flavor
Pizzazz?
to it. Yeah, not pizzazz, but just a little flavor.
Something a little different.
Yeah, not just straight on.
Well, you know my little thing about whittling. I ordered myself a set of cheap little whittling knives. It's a little tool bag, and I got this off just Amazon. And what it is, you got a set of gloves, and you got some green compound, a strop, a little small like a bit of sandpaper basically at the bottom here. You've got a little sharpening stone there. You got 3 knives. One's the hook for doing cups and mugs and things. But all that was for £22, I think, something like that.
Really?
Which I thought was really good value because the handles on the knives are absolutely beautiful. Look at that, for a really lovely little whittling knife, well stamped,
Yeah,
very,
that's
very comfortable, really nice, and quite a good little blade on it. But for £22 for the whole pack, I thought, what a great way to get. I'm only beginning, so I didn't want to spend a fortune.
I was given a task that I haven't started yet from Ken. He had accidentally ordered some stuff in an Amazon cart that he had. So he has this little pack of basswood.
That's right, yeah.
But then he had also bought the old timer whittling knife. So it has
Very nice.
like I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's got like 6 different
Oh yeah.
blades
yeah.
on it, and so he's like, "Here, see if you can carve something." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't think I know how to make anything more than a toothpick," But it's got the little things like for carving out spoons and all the different kind of don't know how to show all these little tools.
Like
they are.
carbide coated. What's on the coating there? Do you know? What
Yeah,
it
I
is?
don't know. It's like all the blades are in this coated part, so you got like a nice little warranty and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what the coating is actually, but yeah, all kinds of stuff. I don't even know how the heck you would sharpen all these different implements because I'm like, oh my gosh, how would you even
There's
know how to?
there's a strop that's made especially for them little knives, and they're all different shaped bits of the strop, and you can just run them down and strop them, which is most of what you're doing. You don't want them to go blunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of whittling and carving,
Okay.
when this show is over, everyone has to go to the Kirby Creek Outfit,
Yes.
and it involves Thrifty Kniffy. And it's a wonderful video. And that's all I'm going to say. Have you seen it, John?
I haven't seen the video. But I saw the still image. So
You've got it's funny. It's a good video.
I haven't seen it, so I'll definitely have to check it out.
The Kirby Creek Outfit. He's really good at carving and cutting and shaping things out of wood. He's a master at it. He's got a very enjoyable channel, but
Yeah.
he's got Thrifty Kniffy linked in with it. So
Okay. I'll have to check that out too. Yeah, I got to tell you, he does have a real talent. I love all
He
those
does,
little
yeah.
wood spirits that he makes out of the branches and stuff. Those are pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
That's what I want to be able to do. Simple, ones like that. Here's one I
Yeah.
haven't even shown on my channel yet. Well, that I bought a little Enzo PK. I think it's Enzo PK 45. Look at this beautiful wood on it. And I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, yeah, partridge wood. I've never heard of partridge wood before. Just beautifully grained wood, dark wood, beautifully shaped handle, small now, but I can still get a full grip on it. Lovely little carving knife for that the bushcraft blade. But this is a folding one. It looks like it's a little fixed blade, but it's a little folder. And it is absolutely, listen to this lockup. Just beautiful. Really nice. So I got that as well to get this whittling started.
Yep.
Really like that as a knife though.
Yeah, that's cool.
oh,
Oh yeah,
my
lovely.
last two buck knives have been modern knives.
Oh,
But
here
this
we
was a
go.
gift. This was
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
So
we got to
there
see
you have it.
this. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, some of the carving there. I can't get the whole thing in there. Is there a resemblance?
There is.
Okay. You did a great job.
He did.
It's really good. Really good.
All right. So you want to show off your buck knife, Tom?
Yeah, last couple of
I'm really confused by this, Patty. Did you know that Tom owns some buck knives?
Haven't seen one for weeks.
I know it's pretty amazing. Go
And
ahead,
I've
go
not
ahead, Tom.
seen that one.
That's because I just received this from a viewer.
Lovely.
RW.
That's
RW.
really nice.
This is the Buck 886 Tact Light. And as far as I can tell, they were only made in 2004.
Wow.
But just a little small knife, partial serrations. But I really like how they did the holes on here. Make
holes-
draw
Holes match the
drill the
blade,
holes
huh?
just slightly bigger in the wood so that the metal shines through. So
Well, I think you just liked it because as a sailor, you're drawn to portholes.
well, yeah, that too.
I
Yeah,
like the way there's just like a third of it has got the serrations on it. That's nice.
just for a tactical knife, which it's supposed to be a small one, to have just that little bit there. If you got to cut through something like a seat belt or something like that, it's handy to have a little bit of serration. But nice wooden handles. So I have a review video up. I put it up this morning. So if anyone's interested.
Yeah. Again, I've really need to sit down and watch some. I've sort of liked the few that I've seen, but I've been trying to catch up, and I'm way behind.
Oh, Patty, I'm in the same boat. There's so many good videos and just haven't had time.
I've got the day off tomorrow. I've got to sort my little workroom out because we've been moving furniture about and getting rid of old stuff and clearing one of the sheds. So tomorrow I'm allowed to come into my room, but I still have to have stuff out of the shed. So I can have the day in the room with certain certain things that I have to do during the day.
There
Very
you go.
nice.
Did she lock your room so you couldn't go in?
Look, I came in about half an hour before this program, and I was going over there, and I had all my boxes of stuff that I had from the front room because we got the new furniture. I'm not allowed to keep my truck by the side of this new settee, and I'd set it all on the top of a little slim table. Walked in, turned the chairs are on a swivel, whacked it, and I have a floor full of stuff. It's sitting down here, and all little tiny bits and pieces that I put in boxes, just in case. They're everywhere on my floor.
Hmm.
I'm a great man for keeping wee screws or little bolts or something I wanted. Oh, I'll probably use that again one time. I'll put it in there for now.
Yeah. So your new furniture, are you doing a lot of new furniture, Patty, or just a little bit?
No, we just got a new suite, and then we had to get we got a new freestanding TV stand and a couple of
Yeah.
coffee tables and things. Just enough.
Yeah.
But my wife has been doing a mad clear out of all our old stuff that we haven't used. It was down the caravan. So I
Right.
mean, we just did two of everything. Do you know what I mean? So we sold a couple
Right,
of wee
yeah.
things, but most of it
So
was
you're-
just given
you're
away to
kinda-
charity shops or my kids.
Yeah, you're kind of choosing what stuff you keep,
Yeah.
what stuff you give away, and yeah, I hear you on that.
And our shed is full still. So tomorrow's the shed day, but I'm not allowed in there. The wife does it, and I throw out.
So she sorts and you throw.
She sorts, and I get the nice jobs.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. As long as you guys are working as a team, then there you go.
No, we haven't had a fight. Usually we will fight like cat and dog because one wants to keep something and the other one doesn't. But no, we've been really good now, I have to say.
Oh, good. That's
Can't beat a
always
good
it's always nice.
A good fight between husband and wife keeps it fresh.
Well, of course. I mean, people don't understand that. They think that it's like all a fairy tale or not. But I think a lot of times you have disagreements because if you didn't care about that person, then it wouldn't, that friction wouldn't be there. But like they say,
I can
friction
get very-
creates heat. So
I can get very loud very quickly, and then 2 minutes later I'll ask you if you want a cup of tea, which infuriates my wife because she wants to stab me at that time.
right. Stuart is asking where's Slippy, and Slippy had to go to work early tomorrow, so he's already bowed out for the evening.
Does that mean
'cause
you
you
had
gotta
to fall
remember
out of
that-
bed into that seat earlier than normal?
Yeah. So he left a little early because you got to remember on that side of the world it's evening time. So there you go, Patty. I'm a pack rat too. I keep every bolt and screw all the little pieces too. That's from Doug Watkins.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I keep extra hardware and stuff because you never know. You just never know.
My favorite saying to my wife is, "See, look at this. I'm using it. I told you I would use that. It was something I've had for 10 years or something like that. A little screw that just fits."
Well, that's it. It saves you a trip from having to go out to the hardware store or something.
You know what happens to me when I do that? It's like I'll save it for 5 years. I'm like, God, I've never had to use this. Throw it away. 3 days later.
Yeah,
Now I need
But
that is
the look
that
on
is-
my wife's face. There's nobody like a wife that can give you a look as if to say, "Are you real?"
That's for sure.
It makes you feel
I-
smaller than any man could ever do.
I have told my wife before that I married you for your looks, but not the ones you're giving me now.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's definitely got that down. She gives me my place.
Well, look, young gentlemen, I'm going to head off now. I still have one more table to put up, and I'm going to try and do it before bedtime.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
so much for inviting me to the show. It's been a nice break. I've really enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
nice to see Tom back again. He is missed.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah,
tell him
Tom-
that, though. Don't tell him it.
I won't. But it was lovely to see you again, Stephen. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, you take care. All the very best. Bye-bye now.
All right, you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Oh, I have to get out now, don't I? hang on. You got a head start.
I can't even say it.
There you go.
Hey, right up there. Right in
There
there.
we go.
On that 7 and 9 second mark. Where did Tom
Oh.
go?
Yeah, BC Gerbs is making jam. Right on. Making some peach jam and canning the rest. That's really cool. Yeah, I've never done any of that kind of stuff, but I've always thought it looked interesting. That's for sure. So I hope everybody's having a great Labor Day weekend. I'm glad you made us part of it. So what are you doing? Anything special tomorrow, John?
No, just kicking back tomorrow.
Just kinda
Tomorrow's
hanging
gonna be
out?
a rest day and just not do anything kind of day.
Yeah, I got a bunch of barbecue I need to get done. So I
Oh.
don't know if I'm going to do it today or do it tomorrow, but it depends on if
Okay.
it's unfrozen or not.
Yeah, got to get that fall out.
Exactly. I have some stuff that was it's a bloody sticky mess. Okay, Gerbs. Well, thank you for the warning. Mike Curtis is watching racing. Awesome. That's always a good time watching racing. That's for sure.
Well, football season's back, so enjoyed that
Yep.
yesterday.
Yep. Football season's
And,
back. You got college
NFL
ball.
starts next Sunday, and
Yeah.
so that'll be fun. But shout out to Randy. Let's be more careful, please.
Yes.
Scaring people. You don't want to have to go have Dr. John work on your finger.
That's right. There were all kinds of comments on the Discord server about your doppelganger. You know, who
And then the tree or the branch shows up. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that inspired that or not, but yeah, often imitated, never replicated.
Oh no, we lost Patty.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. He left.
He told us something we're not allowed to tell you, but it
Yeah.
was positive.
You'll have to
Wow.
watch. You'll have to watch the playback.
So tell me, what was it?
You don't
Good to
want to
have
know.
you back. It's good to have you back.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Huh.
with you, Doug. It's hard to believe that Labor Day is already here. This year has been flying by.
You ain't a kidding.
Yeah,
This
it's
has
been
got to have been one of the
crazy.
busiest summers. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Jerome with some good advice. Don't tickle grizzly bears. Yeah,
No.
that is. And Todd Carr says he learned the hard way to use cut-proof gloves when carving. Well, I guess I better get some because I have not even attempted to carve yet. But
So
I-
should Randy.
I just have a hard time with my artistic ability because I have a hard time drawing a straight line on a piece of paper with a ruler and lined paper. So, so I don't know how good I'm going to do with trying to manifest a 3D object out of a rectangle of wood with some stuff. Yes, I have the carving claw. That's for sure. If Junior doesn't take it away from me, I heard he's on his way. You know, but
Yeah,
Oh, is that
well,
where he's headed?
you said you were laughing all through that video, and Junior was crying through the whole video. So
he was. Poor Junior.
yeah, I don't know where he's at. I could have used his help this morning, and of course, when you need him, he's not around. So last I knew, he was on his way to California. I haven't heard anything different. So, but who knows with that boy?
Yeah. All I know is he's not right. So be careful, John. He may have took a wrong turn in Albuquerque and might be heading
He
to Texas.
turned the wrong way once before, and that's how he ended up back towards California.
Yep. Should have made a left in Albuquerque. Yes, Ken, I should have signed a liability waiver. That's for sure. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can make something. I don't know. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. I don't think I'll film it. I think I'll just show the finished product, whatever it is. May not be till December.
Can make a canoe to hold your canoe.
That's a great idea. That is a great
like
idea.
that?
Yeah, I do. I do like that.
Here's another modern buck knife. I actually bought this one in an antique store for a very good price. This is the Buck Odyssey, model 181.
Yeah, that is cool.
What year
And
is
it is
that?
a pretty. What's that?
What year was that made? Or roundabout?
Well, because it's an advertising knife, as you can see, this
Yeah.
one was made in 2013, but I think they stopped making them in like 2008 or 9, somewhere in there. Late 90s maybe to early 2000s. They had several different models, some with serrated, some with different handle material. some with different steels. So there were several versions of the Odyssey. But
Yeah.
So I think this is just your basic Odyssey 1 in the 420 HC. But it is a very comfortable knife. It's I really like that blade.
Yeah, it's pretty pokey.
And I did do a video on this one. And someone said it reminded them of the Spitfire. And in a way it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Mm-hmm. And I've, mentioned in my videos, Buck has been trying to do some, quote, modern knives since the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
They've experimented with a lot of different things. Some last, some don't, but at least they're willing to try.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's a good idea, Todd. Thank you for that tip on carving. Say start with simple utensils like forks and spoons, and then move on to other stuff. That's a good idea.
and when you get real advanced, RJ, like me, you can do a hot dog stick or a marshmallow stick.
Yeah, I think that might be my level of skill right now.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Buck, for those that are into the customs, they've got a deal going on. I think today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
tomorrow,
today is the last day. Yeah.
Today or tomorrow maybe is the last day to save 15% in their custom shop.
Yeah, and I ordered a custom a week before the discount came out. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's always how it goes. Whenever the great deal comes out, it's just that you
Right after you've
you
ordered
bought
something.
it, the day before the sale or a week before the sale. That always happens to me too. It's terrible, but what are you going to do? It's just life.
I've wanted a Buck 113 for the longest time, and I finally ordered one. The only thing custom on it is rather than the standard wood handles, I got it with the blue wood handles. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I really like the blue wood.
that because the blue wood handles that's interesting to me. To take a
I've
look
got a 112 with the blue wood handles, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't think some of those wood options, they don't even cost you any extra over the
No, it
base
was-
price,
that's right.
right?
oh,
Yeah.
I guess the other custom thing is I got the brown distressed leather sheath for it.
Ah, yeah, that's a
Right.
good choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was $10 extra, but that's all right.
That's worth it because the black one, you've got probably 15 of those already, right?
Yeah.
Like pretty much standard every time.
So
And which one did you get? A 112 from the custom shop?
no, 113.
Oh, the 113,
The fixed
the
blade.
Ranger. Yeah.
The
The
Ranger,
Ranger
yeah.
Skinner.
Major Skinner.
Nice.
That'll 6 to 8 weeks. So
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. That's the hard part.
do you what?
Yeah.
Maybe Halloween.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Baxter's blade says he wants a blue wood 112. If you give me just a moment, I'll try to pull mine out.
Yeah, that'd be
Hang
nice.
on just a second. Oh wait, might not have to do that.
Oh, you might have it right there,
I might have it right here.
right next to a snack cake.
Got to show this while Tom's not looking.
Yeah. You want me to bring it up full screen?
Oop.
Oh, too late. I'm too slow.
Turn around.
Too slow.
Tom, turn around.
Ken, if you're having to flush your toilet 2 or 3 times per use, you might want to add some fiber to your diet.
I tell you what, to clean it out, and you don't have to call a plumber. At least give it a shot. Something I do. Put a little vinegar, some vinegar, white vinegar, and baking soda.
There you go.
It's a little trick, plumber's trick.
There's the blue wood.
Wow, that looks really nice.
That is
It's cool.
nice.
Looks kind of greenish on screen, but it is more bluish looking.
Yeah.
And this was a custom given to me by a very good friend of mine when I retired from law enforcement. That's protected and served there. Then Tom, it's got my last name, which I've got covered up. But yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Tired Tiger, that's what one in Bluewood would look like.
I thought it said Junior was here on the blade. Did I misread that?
No, not quite. And it is finger grooved, yes. Thanks for pointing that out there, Baxter's Blades. I do love the finger grooves. It
I
just
do too. There now, I'm going to tell you, buck finger grooves, they fit
They're
your
good,
hand.
huh? The Uncle Henry ones.
Uncle Henry,
That's
not
fine.
so much, but but buck, yeah, that's good stuff.
it's like they use my hands to model the grooves, you know. It
You know,
just-
Well, they
the
don't
same-
be as
same
deep.
thing.
That's one of the problems. They're a little broader. You know, they don't go quite so deep. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
helpful.
Oh yeah. If anyone out there has the 112, but they don't have one with the finger grooves, you might want to get one. They do feel really nice in hand.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yep.
And the thing
And,
I think is funny is that at the custom shop, the finger groove option costs more, but aren't you actually getting less material?
Yeah.
Well, you got to cut them out of the standard. That's why.
I
Right.
know. I'm just being silly.
I thought somebody said that in there.
Yep. Yeah, Ken likes that one, but the problem is it has someone's name on it already.
Yeah. Isn't that the way it goes?
Yep. And Baxter says, "Thank you, Tom, for showing him that."
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Yep, that's a good one. That's for sure. All right, boys, you got anything else?
No, I don't think so for today.
Yeah, I think now is probably about a good time to call it as any. Thank you guys for being here in the chat box and for hanging out with us. Thanks for making us part of your Labor Day weekend. Tom, we're so happy that your schedule is going to allow you to be back, in your regular capacity. And
We
John,
hope so,
thank you
yeah,
as always for being here. It's always good to see you. And that's it. We'll go ahead and end our episode here. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week for
Thanks,
another
everyone.
episode of RJ's Lives.
RG's
RG's.
live.
RG.
Yep, put that in quotes, Jerome. I did it. Can't even say my name. Oh well, it happens. We'll see you guys later.
Take care.